Hiya, Kim and Cuddles, the Iron Defender here. We are going to do another Kenneth challenge, which is Dr. Rushmore's mansion behind the door. We can only do this one up to level 15, but we're just doing it for completeness sake, even though I'm level 27 at this point. So we're going to hop in and get this done. This is the easiest of the Rushmore's mansion challenges. It uses exactly the same map as the other challenges, but it doesn't have some of the tougher optional objectives. You see, we just got to kill the mother of the nest and open the 3 bubbles in the observatory. The observatory is the tile puzzle, as you may have seen in my other videos. So the hardest part of this is just getting enough crests, and you can see it starts us with more time than the other Rushmore's Mansion challenges. So like I said, this is the easiest one, but it's also the longest one because of that extra time.
You notice movement on a pin out of the corner of your eye.
As always, kill everything, break everything, that gets you your crests for opening doors, which is the hardest part of this. Just let Cuddles have some fun. Why is he trying to get into this room?
Hey, magnet. Oh.
Some of my guildies saying good morning. This is a skeleton key crest. Those will go in any socket, but you can only use one in the entire dungeon. In addition to finding them, they're rare drops. You can also get them on the DDO store. So we are looking it up here to get the rest of the breakables. I changed which destiny I was in, so I had to reorganize my abilities, which means I'm hitting the wrong thing to try and trigger my my detonation.
Double speed. Double speed.
If I was smart, I would have brought a fire rune arm, because I don't need damage or anything like that. I just need to get this done. You don't have to trigger those portraits, you can avoid them, but it's best to trigger them and kill the mobs if you can, because especially when you're by yourself, you don't get as many mobs, so you will not get as many crests. It can be very tight on crests, and since they are entirely random, the only way to try to ensure against running out of some vital crest you need is to get as many as you possibly can.
Invincibility.
So we've done all the breakables. Here's our first door. The very first door only takes 1 crest. You're pretty much guaranteed to get the crest for this door somewhere in those first few rooms.
Checkpoint. Time
I like
extended
to
by 2 minutes.
use the search function to look at crests. It makes it easier. Don't have a whole ton of them thus far. I'm still doing it. There we go. And watch when you do breakables, because sometimes the crest from the breakable just falls on the ground instead of going directly into your inventory. Petals being very helpful.
Invisibility.
Enemies are destined to fall.
On rare but unfortunate occasions, sometimes the crest will fall in such a way that it is blocked. It's rare, like I said, but it can happen. The reason why I'm going up here is because the various pedestals and so forth up here in the gallery can have crests on them, although in this case it did not. I feel like I've got quad damage permanently on because I'm running this so over-leveled. But challenges are some of the hardest content in the game because the hardness is based on your ability to be organized and think ahead and move quickly and pay attention. It's not based on just your ability to actually kill monsters. So the challenge remains just as difficult, even though you can one-shot everything in it. It's an interesting conundrum. It's one of the reasons why I like challenges, is because they're separate them in from the boys type of thing. People say, oh, I'm a great player, I know everything about this game, I'm awesome. Like, do you do challenges? No, I don't know anything about challenges. Okay, then. I dispute your insistence. So here we've got, you see the crests, we've got two crests on the doors now.
2 minutes.
We will never have another one crest door in the dungeon. There are only these 2 crest doors. The rest of them will have 3 and 4.
Time extended by 2
so
minutes.
the crest inflation gets pretty severe pretty quickly. So that's why you need so many. I always do that little corner because there's usually a crest up there. There's sometimes a challenge crate, which you can open using the tokens that you can get for free, or you can buy them in the DDO store. I like to accumulate tokens. As you can see, I have quite a few, and I've been using a bunch for this video series. There is often a crest on the floor there, but not always. There's often one there, but again, not always. There's sometimes, oh, there's one down there this time. There's one down in the circle frequently.
Quad damage.
Like I need quad damage, but oh well. Making sure to break everything, because I need the crests. This is the baths. Bunch of elementals in this room. Frequently, the air elementals are upstairs where they can knock you down when you try to come up here, because there's almost always crests in these little alcoves up on top. And as always, it's gonna pick up every crest that you can get to, unless there's a huge time sacrifice involved.
Double speed.
So I'm gonna run up here, open this door. I'm not going through this door right away, but I am gonna open it. If you're doing this with people, the most efficient thing to do is that if you come to a door but you still can't open it yourself, put any crests you do have in the door, and that way anybody who comes up behind you can benefit from your crest.
Secret has been revealed.
To run this efficiently, you want to split up. You can get a lot of crests out of these little side rooms, but you do need to be able to open that lock. It's a super easy DC on the lock, so you can get it with just about any kind of crappy knock, wand, scroll, lock picking, anything will get that open for you. We're not going to stop and disarm the traps because they're doing a negligible amount of damage. There are a ton of boxes. There's like 6 boxes. But, and also you don't get any benefit
We are destined to
from
succeed.
disarming the traps other than the traps being down. You don't get bonus experience or anything in challenges. So we've got all the quests out of there. I'm going to try to make this jump here. Come on. Oh, I'm failing. I'm failing miserably. Stay there, Cuddles. I'm not gonna jump. Okay. My jump is not very good, so I don't recall if I have an item or any jump boosty that will help me out. Alright, I give it. If I need the Scorpion Crest later, I know where it is, but I've got 6, so I'm doing okay on crests, and I won't worry about wasting too much time. Although I have plenty because I got extra time in this challenge.
Quad damage.
Which means at the end I'm going to be taking a nap
Quad damage.
at the rate I'm going. So much junk. Alrighty. There are, in this little water area, there are almost always crests down at the bottom here, so you want to swim down and pick those up. There's usually 2 or 3. Sometimes there will be more. Just a good idea to look around just in case, but usually it's just 2 or 3. And then we have this little pier and a 4-crest door. This is where the assassin is. He's our first boss
Checkpoint.
on the route that
Time
I use.
extended by 2 minutes.
You can talk to him and do speech checks, and he'll follow you around the dungeon, but he gets hung up on terrain, so it's just easiest
You
to
have
kill him
slain
right,
the first of the
right on the
bosses.
spot. If you come up top in his room, there's a secret door. There's almost always a crest or 2 on the table inside the secret door. Open this door. You can see there's more traps, more trap boxes. Up here is the only one that you care about because there's a nasty trap that fires as soon as you start putting crests in this door. So it's a good idea to disarm just that one in the corner so that it doesn't hit you. But we've got this door open. The doors in this dungeon are one way. You see that this is got a red decal beside the door. That means that you're on the wrong side of it and you can't open it from this side. You have to go around and open it from the other side. Here's our second boss, Mistress Temptia, the girlfriend healer. I'm not sure if that means that she heals girlfriends or what. So we're done in there. Time to go back through the traps.
Fate reveals its hand. Excellent.
And now we are going to take advantage of this secret passage to go down and kill the Mother of the Nest, which is one of our objectives in this particular version of this challenge. So we run down this passageway and there's a few vermin. There is almost always a crest there under the water, or I should say the ick, but you can get stinked up trying to get it, and I usually don't care, so I just get to be stinky. Did I go the wrong way? I did. No? There she is. There's your Mother of the Nest. Mother of the Nest also increases your score by quite a lot. It's not doing it
This
because
cave-in
I'm
looks
so over
recent.
level, but if
It
you're
is
doing
too
it at level,
convenient to be an accident.
you'll get a big bonus from killing her. So you can do it even if it's not an objective. And here we are in the Banner Hall. Summon Cuddles and put him to work.
Suffer the consequences.
Since we have plenty of time, I'm going to show you the little trick of the Banner Hall here. There are very often crests up above here. You can jump up on this throne here and jump your way up to the top, and then get on these on top of these banners by going right here. It can take some practice to get up there, but you can get a bunch of crests up here by doing this. And you can run on top of these banners. They are actually solid. If you jump to the chandelier in the middle, you will not be able to get back up to the banners, so it's best to pick up everything that's on the banners first. And then you can get in the chandelier. And of course you see there's also one up there. Well, if you have a sprint jump, you can probably get back up there. I do not, so I must jump down. Get some more 3 socket doors here. we're gonna head this way to go take out Ugly Assertive and also do this hallway, which is full of breakthroughs. And we also have some doors over on this side that we have to open. Cuddles, as always, enthusiastically hurling himself on who knows what.
Invincibility. Invisibility.
It's a funny item. Seem to be doing pretty well. Am I short on anything? I'm a little shy on wolf crests, but I seem to be doing okay so far. Now, if we were to go that way, we would wind up back at the baths. So just so you can kind of orient and figure out where we are from here. Cuddles found a friend. And here's the observatory. Because of the optional, we do need to do this. And also it gets you crests if you open those bubbles. So we're gonna have Cuddles stay there and start opening the bubbles. This puzzle isn't too hard. You pretty much, most of it, they'll go like straight up and down the outsides of the... It looks intimidating because it is a three-dimensional puzzle, but it's actually not bad. So there's a wolf crest. Even if you open one of these bubbles that doesn't have a crest in it, it does not count it toward the objective. It only counts it if you open a bubble that has a crest in it. So you want to make sure you do the ones that have crests in them, instead of wasting your time fruitlessly opening ones that won't get you anything. How do I know that? Figured it out the hard way, as I do every stupid thing that I know about this game. I screwed up at some point and forked it up. I'm one of those people that learns how to do things correctly by doing it wrong in every conceivable way. Why? Because I am lazy. So if I think I see, oh, here's a shortcut, I will try it. Sometimes that will get me into trouble. it again. There we go. Alright, so we've got the... What the heck? Okay, I know I did at least 3 of them, but I didn't get the star for it. That is a problem. Well, I'm going to get... I did it. You saw me do it. So we're going to count that as actually getting the star and move on. That is a poke in the butt. I got some errors to report from this. Go bug report all this stuff when I'm done up here. This is Ugly Assertive. He summons earth elementals.
How is its master?
They give him that stone skin effect to make him a little tougher. Of course, being as we're over leveled here, it's negligible, but it's generally easiest to just go ahead and keep killing Ugly Assertive and then kill the elementals because he respawns them if you kill them. So we've got to go all the way back to the Banner Hall. One of the nice things about this bug is that since I am recording it, I can include the URL for my video once I get it uploaded to YouTube in the bug report. So if you have a bug while you're recording, it's not necessarily a bad time. And here we are in the Grand Entrance Hall. This fountain very often has a crest here in the water. And there are a ton of portraits in here that you can activate to get dudes to kill. The only thing that's up this passageway, well, there's 2 things. There's the chapel, which has a shrine in it, and then there's the armory, which has a door that you have to open from this side. So you will need to go up this passageway to fully complete the entire challenge. But if you're using the same route that I do, you will have pretty much cleared out everything that's behind these doors already. The chapel generally has some crests. Sometimes there's some on the altar, sometimes there's some on the floor there down by the pews, sometimes there's some up in the gallery. Bunch of portraits in the armory here. Get this door open. If back behind this, the crest that I picked up behind those crates is always there, and I think it's always an octopus crest. It's one of the few places in here that's guaranteed to have a crest. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's probably some sort of instance that's rare that doesn't have that one. And that wolf crest up there is almost always there too. So we got quite a few crests out of coming this way. We also got the door open. So we've got 3 more doors to do and we are finished. Well, 3 doors and 2 bosses I should say, but we are going to get to the bosses by doing those doors. So they're pretty much the same objective at this point. Here's a door. This door is easy to miss because when you go up to get Crystal the Giant, as we will do here in just a second, you actually go up above that door and you can go beyond that door without going through it.
Shiny up on one of those
So
rooftops.
you have to
Is
remind
there a
yourself
way
to
get
get
up
that
there
door.
from here?
Now, if you miss it on accident and go up above, it's not too big of a deal because when you go through the doors up top, you will come out up there, directly over where we are now, and you can just drop down and do the door really quickly. So if you don't have the crest to open the door, you can deliberately hop up here, go around, and you will see that door, the gate there, you will come out there, and you can drop down, and hopefully you've located enough crests that you can now get the door open. We're going up here. This is where Crystal the Giant is. Crystal the Giant summons a bunch of elementals. The water elemental in particular is nasty because it heals Crystal the Giant. In this case, it's going to be trivial to DPS over the healing, but if you are doing this at level, you will probably need to kill the water elemental before you kill Crystal. If you kill the other elementals that he summons, they can respawn as water elementals and suddenly give him massive healing. So it's best to kill any waters that he summons, then kill him, then kill the other elementals. And we are bouncing our way across this. If you look over at the rooftops, we're not quite there yet, but at the part we're going to, you can see that there are some crests over there. You only need a moderate jump skill to be able to get to them. I think this one, nope, that one wasn't locked even though it looked like it was inside the terrain. So we will try jumping over here. And it doesn't matter at this point if we drop down because we have to get a secret door that is down here on the bottom. Anyway, this is the way to the hidden Sanctum, which is where we're going to fight Rushmore, and also it has our 2 remaining doors.
Fate reveals its hand.
This must be the
This
other
little
end of that
secret door
caved-in
room
passage.
often has a crest or 2 in
Somebody
it.
really
You can
didn't
actually
want to
tab
be
to it through the
followed.
secret door, if there is one in there. So that's a quick way to get a crest. As I said earlier about the traps, you don't get anything for finding the secret doors in here. There's no trap bonus or, you know, sight bonus or anything like that. The only thing you get XP and so forth for in here is the stars. So here is our door.
Checkpoint.
Next to last
Time
door.
extended by 2 minutes.
In order to kill Rushmore, you do have to be able to find this secret door, but it has an absolutely trivial DC, so as long as you've got something that lets you see the secret doors, you will be fine. As you can see, Rushmore does exactly as Crystal the Giant does. He summons elementals, the water elemental heals him. So you use exactly the same strategy. You kill the water elemental and you kill Rushmore and you kill everything else. There are some side rooms up here where these levers are that sometimes have crests in them. So if you're at this last door and you don't have a crest that you need, you can check in the side rooms. It's no guarantee it'll be a crest you actually need, but
Checkpoint. Time
so
extended
it
by
goes.
2 minutes.
And we have done all of the objectives, so I'm going to end the video here even though we've got 10 minutes to sit around and wait. I don't think I need to pad out the video unnecessarily though. I'm just going to go AFK and let the time expire. You can run around and kill things to run up your score, but since I am not going to be really getting any reward for doing this anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe.
Invincibility.
And I hope to see you in game.